Hi students, listen. Today we are starting new lesson civics and also remember one thing. This is the last lesson of this academic year. Civics two lessons only are there. The next lesson is directive principles of state policy. I hope that you are remembering that we studied our first lesson, the Constitution of India. So it's the part this directive principles of state policy also part of the Constitution and explaining the features, the different features of the directive principles. The first most important feature is known as welfare state. Welfare state. Remember, most of the modern countries, domestic, we know that now almost all the countries following democratic way of style. So most of the countries nowadays following welfare states, giving much more importance for the welfare of the people or the citizens. Remember, definition is very important. What is a welfare state? A welfare state is a state which seeks to ensure maximum happiness of maximum number of people living within its territory. I told you, no, maximum happiness by giving different kinds of things, whatever they needed, everything by the government doing, giving maximum happiness to maximum people inside one country. That state it is known as, that type of situation is known as welfare state. Remember. The features of welfare state. Democracy is a fundamental basis of a welfare state. We know that what is democracy, and it strives to give equal rights to all its citizens irrespective of their caste, creed, color, sex, etc. and religion, etc. and etc. Not at all considering any one of these criteria as giving or whatever the people needed. Not at all considering, irrespective of their caste, creed, sex, etc. It seeks to provide basic facilities to all the citizens of the country, like food, clothing, shelter. We know primary needs, secondary needs, like that. Its economic activities are aimed at ensuring equitable distribution of wealth, reducing the gap between poor and rich, and it seeks to provide education, health care, social insurance, housing, old age pension for the welfare of its people. We know these kind of some of things are very familiar to us. Pension for old age persons, and also life mission project. We know that those who are not at all having houses, the government giving housing facility, and also we know that up to 14 years free and compulsory education for all the citizens of India. Like this kind of things are known as the welfare given by the government. It ensures justice to all and provides for political, social and economic justice. These are the features of a welfare state. Remember the features of welfare state. Next, actually this welfare state it, to establish social and economic democracy, the basic goal of a welfare state, that is equality. Our planning process or 5-year plans are also directed towards achieving this goal. In India, we are implemented already 5-year plans and some other year plans and all for ensuring to give welfare to all the citizens of India. Next topic is the directive principles of state policy. What are the directive principles? The directive principles are the guidelines for the government to follow in the governance of a country. These are included in the part 4 of the Constitution of India. Actually, the framers of our constitution borrowed this directive principles of state policy from the Constitution of Ireland. Remember students, it's very important. Some of the competitive exams and all, this directive principles from where we borrowed, it's from Ireland. And the directive principles of state policy can be categorized like this way. The categories are protection of environment and monuments, economic principles, Gandhian or socialist principles, law, justice and administration, and principles for international peace and security. Each one want to study separately. First, we know it's very easily we can understand that protection of our environment and monuments, to protect and improve the environment and to protect monuments from destruction, like that way. Whatever is around us under the control of the government, everything each of the citizens have the right to or duty, all one's duty to protect our surroundings neatly and also environment and monuments. and principles promoting equality. Adequate means of livelihood for all through securing for all its citizens equal rights. All citizens are equal. There is no distinction on the basis of caste, sex, like that male, female. There is not at all differences or distinctions are not there. All are equal. Equal pay for equal work for both men and women. Protect the health of the workers. Prevent the exploitation of women and children. Ensure participation of workers in the management of industries. These are known as the principles of promoting equality. All are become equal at everywhere. Everywhere means every sphere, considering all are equal. Next is the Gandhian or socialist principle. These principles are introduced by Mahatma Gandhi, the father of our nation. He told some of the principles and we added into the directive principles of state policy, that separately we added and give a separate category. It is known as Gandhian or socialist principles. That's are establish village panchayats and promote cottage industries, provide free and compulsory education for the children below 14 years, and protect and promote the weaker sections of the society, and also implement a prohibition of intoxicating drinks and drugs. We know that one of the very severe problem nowadays we are facing in our society, and also improve agriculture and animal husbandry on scientific lines. These are the ideologies introduced by Gandhiji for the improvement of our nation. Next is the law, justice and administration. Related as law, justice and administration. The principles are to ensure that the legal system promotes justice on the basis of equal opportunity, to take measures to separate judiciary from the executive, and to provide uniform civil code for all citizens. Now this much time it is not at all implemented all over in India, but recently sometimes it will happen. Some of the states only following this uniform civil code. Uniform civil code means in front of the law all are equal. There is no means categorizing on the basis of poor, rich, like that way, economic differences, political differences, nothing was there in front of a uniform civil code. Sometimes all India it will be introduced very recently, chances are there. And the last one is principles for international peace and security. To promote international peace and security, to promote the concept of peaceful coexistence among the nations, and to settle international disputes through arbitration, negotiation and dialogues, to honor international laws and treaties. We know that sometimes we and India and Pakistan, China issues are there in our border area. Anyway, we are following very good and coexistence way and very mild way of relationship with our neighboring countries. Same way we are ensuring peace and security with all the international countries, and very smooth relation we are keeping with other countries. That's are known as the principles for international peace and security. So remember students, directive principles we studied, concept, welfare, state, its definition want to study. What is directive principles? It's very important question. And also we from where we borrowed the directive principles from Ireland Constitution, and the 5 categories of directive principles: protection of environment and monuments, principle of promoting equality, Gandhian or socialist principles, law, justice and administration, principles for international peace and security. Okay, read the textbook after listening the class carefully. Okay, thank you.